and Turkish Cardiovascular Academy Society. The scientific program covers outstanding topics and provides a comparative updates about all aspects of heart failure, including epidemiology, prognosis, and treatment and prevention of heart failure. We will have 11 main and 4 oral abstract sessions in 4 days. The accepted abstracts are published in the specific edition of Azərbaycan Journal of Kardiology. Finally, I should thanks to Dr. Babak Şerif Karşanı, Vice President, Dr. Fedros İbrahimov, the Chair of Local Organization Committee, Dr. Farid Aliyev, Dr. Tofik Cihangirov, Dr. Kamran Kazimoğlu Musayev, Dr. Azar Malikov, and Dr. Annur Aliyev Isayev, and the other local organization committee and chair of scientific program, Professor Inter Anand, and all speakers, chairpersons, and panelists. And also the sponsors for this congress, especially Krika, Olive Travel. So I wish a successful scientific program and wish you enjoy in the beautiful city of Azerbaijan, Baku. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Zoki, and I invite the founder of World Heart Failure Society, Professor William Remy, to give a speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start actually by thanking the organization and also the Azerbaijan Society of Cardiology in particular for inviting me to come here to present at the 6th World Heart Failure Congress. And by that, having the opportunity to look at and see your lovely country and particularly your wonderful city. I arrived last night, dark, and I was driven to the hotel, and I've never seen so much lighted buildings, such a colorful lights, changed lights, that I must say this was my first impression, and that's an impression that always stay with me and my life. I'm not here to discuss Baku city, of course, but I'm here to actually take you back in the history of the society. And I hope I pressed the correct button. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I did. So I'm here to discuss with you what happened, what we did, why we had started the organization, and what we have accomplished. The World Heart Failure Society, as you already have heard, was initiated in 2004 with a focus on developing countries worldwide. Its aims are, and are still, to accomplish its goals with the help by first creating a mondial organization of doctors, nurses, epidemiologists, healthcare authorities and others with an interest in and knowledge of heart failure and its regional implications. Also to collect available data on heart failure diagnosis and pharmacological and non-pharmacological treatment in emerging areas in the world, including India, China, Central Asia, Latin America, and particularly also African countries. The fourth aim was to organize educational heart failure courses, seminars and congresses, either as standalone by ourselves or as part of and in collaboration with national and international meetings. And fourth, to support and initiate epidemiological and clinical practice surveys in order to determine the need for specific prevention and management programs in different regions of the developing world. So you can see we started off with quite a few large number of aims, very far-reaching aims. And let's see what we have accomplished. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Actually, one of the most important aims we also had was to initiate international fellowship programs. Society cannot really exist without a center of very active people, usually the board and other people around it. Now here you see not the first, but one of the very first boards of the society. Some names you can recognize. Dr. Anand, who unfortunately because of ailment cannot be present here. At that time, Dr. Sliwa, Dr. Kassam, you'll see, was already there, and Dr. Talwar, Dr. Yu. So we had some people already very early in the boards. Some, however, have either died or left for other reasons. Now, we have also a present board, executive board. This is important because we have a very active board at the moment as well. Dr. Sohi is the president. Dr. Sharif Kassani will be the president-elect in Iran. We have Dr. CMU from Hong Kong, the past president, the secretary, Dr. Anand, and then all the members you see here, some of whom you already have seen. Thank you very much for doing it. And some you will see that Dr. Siswanto will be here, Dr. Kassam, Dr. Noruddin will be here. So some of those you will see during this Congress when they give presentations. Throughout the years, we really have collected quite a large number of members. We think around 1,000 members from 62 countries. You see the countries here. I'm not going to point them out all to you, but I would like to show you that Azerbaijan on the top. So I have already members of Azerbaijan, but I'm not going to leave this room without urging that we need more members of Azerbaijan. So the initiative, what did we do? First, we set up a fellowship program in Africa. Fellows from Central Africa were educated in a South African large clinic on an annual basis. The idea was to, is there a pointer in this? Or? Oh, yeah. The idea was to offer either two types of fellowships, either 1 year or a shorter one. And what was the idea was that people from the sub-Saharan countries were going to a top clinic in South Africa to learn all about echoes, stress tests, perfusion scans, etc., which they could not do. And after that year, go back to their own country and then educate the students over there with the knowledge they have acquired. Of course, you cannot do that if you don't have funds for that. Luckily, in the beginning, we did have some funds, so here these are the funding sources. These are our two first candidates, two first fellows. Dr. Wagela from Kenya and Dr. Kibazawa from Tanzania. They spent a year in a clinic in South Africa and then went back to the countries to teach over there. We also had some surveys carried out. A large heart failure mortality survey in the late 2010 in Latin America, in Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina and Uruguay. And we were also supporting the large Soweto study which was carried out by Dr. Karen Sliwa and Dr. Simon Stewart. Karen Sliwa is not a board member anymore, but Simon Stewart is still, so they were there in the early phase already doing this important Soweto trial. And then we had educational programs. We did presentations at the national meetings. I will not go through all of them, but most of them were together with either a an international society. This is a South African Heart Failure Society, or were organized by members of the board, Dr. Yu here, Dr. Sharif Kashani during his 2 summits in 2009 and 11. And also there was a joint session of the World Heart Failure Society and the Turkish Society of Cardiology. This was done by Dr. Zoghi and Dr. Yu. Now, in addition to these presentations, we had also full symposia in China, in Kenya, in Osaka, Japan, in Timișoara, Romania, and also in Argentina. Again, organized by members of the board. And then we have completely different educational tools since 2 years. And this is important. Professor Zoghi, when he became president, introduced a quarterly newsletter during his presidency. Now, each newsletter contains 4 to 5 review articles written by society members and also society news, and provides up-to-date information on current clinical and preclinical heart failure topics. Now, the newsletter is available online. It's free of charge for WHFS members, all members. So why not become a society member now? It's also free to become a society member. You got 2 cents for nothing. And then we had the World Heart Failure Society Congresses, the first in Al Ain, the second in Chandigarh, India. It was not mentioned yet. Professor Talwar organized that. The third in Turkey and the fourth in Dubai, again by Dr. Kassam. And the last, as you heard already, in China, organized by Dr. Yu. Then we have 2 heart failure societies congresses to come. One will be in 2020 in Tehran, to be organized by Professor Sharif Kashani, and another 2 years later in Bali or Lombok, Indonesia, to be organized by Dr. Sizon. Now you missed out one, and that is the present Heart Failure Society Congress. And I just kept it for the last because I think this gives me the opportunity to thank the organizers, particularly Dr. Zoghi, Dr. Ivanov, very much for all the work they have done. They have spent a lot of work. They had a lot of problems coming at them which they took care of, and they probably had a lot of stress. So I would like to ask you to join me in applauding these organizers for the Congress. Thank you very much indeed.
I want to give a thank for all speakers. Now we will glad to host you in Baku, in the capital of Azerbaijan, the most beautiful cities of the world, located at the joint of Europe and Asia. Hoping that you will enjoy visiting Baku, and we invite you to participate in Congress sessions. Now let's begin our first session named as Global Burden of Cardiovascular Heart Failure. Thank you.
Takvimde bakıp